Hi, and welcome to O'Fallon Life on Air. This is our second episode that you're joining us for. So either you are listening on Spotify or iTunes or watching on YouTube. We thank you for being here. We are now at the very end of October, so the fall season is upon us. And all things fall and the next season upon us is going to be the holiday shopping season. So we thought we'd bring in Patrick McKeehan. Patrick is our Economic Development Director here for the City of O'Fallon and does a fine job with that. So, Patrick, thank you for being here, being willing to speak with us.
I appreciate this opportunity,
Can you provide our listeners, explain to them what economic development is and what it means to the city?
Economic development really is the creation of wealth. And what we try to do here as part of Team O'Fallon is to work with companies and individuals, entrepreneurs that are looking to create jobs and capital investment in our community. And by doing that, they add to providing salaries and income for our residents. They provide tax dollars for the cities and taxing districts to use. They also create the energy that allows us to continue to grow our community and be financially strong.
Okay. And within the department itself, are there different pieces of that department that make it up as a whole? And explain that.
Yes. The economic development is really four basic strategies. One is to attract businesses into your community, and we have a team member that actually does that. We keep what we have in terms of business retention, and we have an individual that has done that for the last 20 years for the City of O'Fallon, and then help grow the businesses we have, and then also help find and incubate new businesses. So new businesses, startups, entrepreneurs, helping support them. And so across those four strategies as the City of O'Fallon, we try to hit all of those particular buckets and help our economy grow.
And you mentioned business recruitment, bringing that means you're bringing in business from outside.
Correct.
Are we looking for new business, or are we looking to kind of steal business from one city? Let's say from Illinois, Kansas, to bring them here to Missouri.
We always talk about the idea of bringing new business to the community or helping businesses that are presently elsewhere and maybe in the region to grow into a second location. If they ultimately decide that they want to relocate from wherever they are now into O'Fallon, we're there to support that too.
All right.
But we're not in any way trying to steal businesses from other communities.
Sure. And so we're talking about recruitment. We have Megan Baucom, who is part of the ED department here. She's actually off camera right now, sitting over with our producers, and she'll be joining us for our second half of the segment to talk about recruitment. And when you mentioned having businesses that want to open a second location, we've seen that quite a bit here in O'Fallon.
We have.
Right now we're waiting for Rosalita's to open here right in the middle of the city. Started in St. Louis County. Now they're venturing out of St. Louis County. Who else have we seen make a jump either from St. Louis County or out of state to make this their new home?
One of our newest potential businesses that we have attracted is Papo's Pizza.
Okay.
They're in the Lake of the Ozarks area now, and they want to get into the St. Louis metro area. And so they found a location here in O'Fallon, and so they're going to be their first location in the St. Louis region.
It's really exciting to hear what we can bring in. And you mentioned Papo's Pizza now at the lake. Are you able to tell us, our viewers, where they're coming here in O'Fallon, or is that still?
They're the former Pasta House restaurant,
So Highway K, middle of town.
High visibility, yes,
And we see Dutch Bros Coffee, right, as a national chain, franchise, first one here in the area.
First one in the region, correct. And actually, we're getting a second one, too, on Highway K. So we'll have one on Bryan Road and Highway K.
And can you speak, maybe this is more of a retention thing with other businesses, how do they respond to, if it's Seven Brew or Panera, how do they respond to like businesses?
Well, one of the great advantages we have here in O'Fallon is we're a growing economy. So we find, at least at this point, that more players in the marketplace seems to be everyone's competing and being able to be successful. So that's kind of what we're focused on, is just helping grow that marketplace and allowing to be able to accommodate more pizza places, more Mexican restaurants, more coffee places.
I assume a business would not move here if the data didn't show it would be supported.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Which is why they're successful and they continue to want to come here to O'Fallon as it continues to grow. So explain, why is it important to have a department in a city that looks and focuses on the private business sector?
Well, City of O'Fallon, from our own standpoint, the community has a number of services that they provide. whether it's trash pickup, public safety, water, sewer, and it takes money to drive those kind of activities and services. And with that standpoint, it's a smart investment on our part to help facilitate the growth of business that creates property taxes and sales taxes that then fund those services. So the greater we can grow our economy, the stronger services we can offer to our residents. And so it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy in that, we need more businesses to help provide stronger services, to attract more residents that use those services, and so it feeds upon itself.
So a true cycle.
Yes.
You need this to get here, but this one needs this as well to continue to grow.
A community that's strictly a bedroom community, that's all residential, puts a lot of burden on property taxes as a support for those services that they provide, and that can be kind of a constraint because you may run out of land or your housing values may stagnate. By having a balanced economy like we do here in the city of O'Fallon, where we're creating jobs through manufacturing or high tech, we're providing commercial land, retail space, in addition to residential growth, creates that ability for us to continue to grow and provide strong services, funded services for our citizens. Okay.
And then right now, what trends are you seeing here that's coming into the city?
We go through waves of particular businesses that may be looking and attracting, and it's based a lot of times on what's going on in the general marketplace. Right now, I think the latest wave that we are seeing is interest in sports tourism.
Okay.
The city itself is making an investment in our Ozzie Smith sports complex in terms of turfing those fields to attract more tournaments and baseball related activity.
And if I can jump in real fast so the viewers understand, so currently we're getting ready here at the end of October. We're in October in a few months. We're going to start getting rid of the natural grass and dirt fields and putting in artificial turf, artificial dirt. And the reason for that is that sports can go on almost weather regardless.
Yes.
Not if it's iced over or snowed over, but rain delays, rain outs, which when we see a lot of families and teams travel into the area that bring business to grocery, food, retail, hotel.
Right.
If those tournaments are rained out constantly in our spring and summer season, that hurts the economy.
It does.
And this investment will help prevent that loss.
It will provide our ability to provide fields, as you said, virtually throughout the year. It's my understanding that a portion of those fields will be completely turfed. A portion of those fields will be outfield only. But that will ensure that in days that there are rain, those fields can recover quickly and get back into play. That we can extend the season because unlike turf or grass or dirt, it gets tore up, muddy, whatever else. Right. And so this provides that continuity and reassurance to those teams that do travel into O'Fallon to play that the tournament will actually happen. And by bringing more people into the community and extending the time that they're here, we increase the chances that they're going to spend money in our community and help fund the services that are important to our citizens.
You mentioned sports tourism as a new trend. What else can you expand on with that as far as what more could the city do? What is there opportunities for private business to become a sports tourism destination?
Yeah, exactly right. We're working on a large development on Bryan Road that's going to be a privately owned sports complex that's going to create 2 new hotels, 35,000 square foot retail space, an outdoor food truck park with amphitheater, and it's a privately funded sports complex. But it's going to bring in tens of thousands of participants annually once this thing gets up and running. And that's going to create a lot of hotel activity. It's going to put more businesses in, restaurants, coffee shops, gas stations, grocery stores, as those families are here supporting their kids that are participating in these sports. So it's a great opportunity. We have, I think, 3 other projects that are looking at small independent pickleball court, indoor pickleball court projects.
Which is the hottest game ever.
Yes, it's a big time. We've got another individual who's wanting to make a large investment here on the north side of O'Fallon in terms of a kind of a multi-sports kind of a complex very family-oriented, neighborhood-oriented, with a turf field for flag football, indoor basketball courts, batting cages, and those kind of activities provide that kind of experiential retail that we like. Spend more time in the environment, spend more money on food, drink, et cetera. So, yeah, it all works together.
These are all things that residents and visitors both want to see happen.
Yes.
And you're making it happen.
Yeah. So. And instead of traveling outside of our community to have that experience, they can do it actually here in O'Fallon.
You talk about that is the trend that you're seeing. Mm-hmm. Is there or are there any trends that you would like to see kind of kick off here in the O'Fallon area?
Yeah, we're hoping that we can get more downtown development. There's a couple of large vacant spaces in our downtown that we could see maybe bringing more walkability opportunities, sidewalk-facing retail that people can go up and down the street and shop, dine, and maybe some residential development support, mixed-use development behind that. So that's one of the trends I would like to see more of, and we're hoping to entice that to come into our downtown. City right now is making a major investment in Main Street improvements.
Right.
And the first 2 phases are done. They're looking at a 3rd phase of that project here north of the railroad tracks. So we think that kind of investment in our infrastructure and the aesthetics of our Main Street will help attract that kind of opportunities to us.
And this kind of sidebar here, mm-hmm. the last couple of years, we've coined the downtown Main Street area as the Rail District.
Correct.
The O'Fallon Chamber of Commerce and Industries has created now for 2 years a Rail District Festival, mm-hmm. a Civic Park, and you had a big hand in that branding.
Well,
you embrace it.
Yes.
You've let our businesses know about it and allow them to basically create an identity. Well, not only O'Fallon's the 7th largest city in the state.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that, mm-hmm. but it's hard to say where are you at in O'Fallon. It's such an expansive footprint.
It is, 31
when you say
plus
the rail district or downtown
miles,
district, it pinpoints you into a very special area.
While we may have some involvement in the genesis of that, I give credit to your team and the communications staff in terms of helping promote the rail district as a destination. And we hope to provide more and more opportunities for people to want to be in the rail district.
We hope you can do that for us.
Yeah.
So, any new business highlights you can kind of give us a sneak peek of?
Well, I mentioned Papos is coming in. We have a brand new hotel going in at the soccer park, Missouri Rush Soccer Park on 64 and DD. We're excited about that. It's going to be a high-end hotel with a full-service restaurant, a 4th floor kind of outdoor-indoor space that's going to be very attractive to individuals who live in that area. We think that's going to really make a huge difference. I talked about the sports project on Bryan Road, the White Magnolia Community Improvement District on the other side with Dutch Bros, McDonald's, and there's now going to be a Lee's Chicken there. So, a lot of good things going on in the city right now.
Okay. While I have you here, I think if I had a guess what the viewers want me to ask, and it's going to be one of those why is it questions, Patrick, so I hate to put you on the spot here.
Okay, I'm ready.
Can you explain why do we have so many car washes, so many banks up and down Highway K?
It is my goal, Tony, to have the greatest per capita car wash in America right here in the city of O'Fallon. No, it's a very good question. What we're experiencing here in the city of O'Fallon in terms of 20-plus car washes is being going on across the nation. And there are certain reasons because of the economics of a car wash in terms of subscription services that has made this a wise investment or a good investment for money, capital, that wants to find good return. So these things have proliferated across the United States. Many, many cities have seen a real growth in the number of car washes. But as long as they meet all our codes and standards, the appropriate zoning, we really don't dictate to an individual or a group or a company to say, hey, you can't do that here.
Sure.
It is their right, if they follow all the rules, to make the kind of investment. Is it a wise investment when there's 20 other car washes going on? that's up to them. They're putting their money at risk. And so we support free enterprise in this community. That's been from the very beginning, O'Fallon has believed in, you have the right to come to our community, make your investment, and make money. And we appreciate that because it gives return to all our city, our residents. And if somebody wants to come in and compete with the other 20 car washes, then that's what they can do. But that wave has kind of ended. There's been a little bit of a consolidation of those particular companies. And so we think we're on to the next phase.
Okay. So when you talk about free enterprise, the explanation is that if you're the property owner and your proposal meets all the existing codes and it's up, above board and legal, then there's no.
We cannot really legally. We can't say no.
Okay.
We can't say we're judging you as unworthy to do that kind of development. If you meet all those requirements, zoning requirement, building requirements, setbacks, everything else, then yes, you're enabled to make that kind of investment and do that.
And with those, you see those trends as well.
Yes.
Like you think car wash, subscription car wash.
We had a daycare wave. We had a bank investment wave. We've gone through the car wash wave. We've had a lot of new drive-through coffee shops that have shown up in the last 5 years.
But now we're in a sports tourism wave.
We're
excited about sports tourism.
Because that makes a huge difference.
All right. Real quick, what do we do? Talking about a lot of new business. What do we do for our existing businesses that have made O'Fallon a home for 5, 10, 15, 30 plus years?
From an economic development standpoint, 80% of new capital investment, jobs being created are by existing businesses, not new businesses coming into your community. And so we look to support them through continued services that we provide them by calling on them, talking about their needs, how can we support their growth, what do they need to be able to make better connections into our community. We offer things like, I want to say build in the O, but that's not correct.
The Keep It in the O.
Keep It in the O program, thank you. As a free advertising that we can promote them, provide that video that we take, that your team does, to the business so they can get it out on their social media, promote it on their website. And it's a great service. And we've had actually businesses say to us, as they've talked to their fellow business owners in their other communities, they're like, why isn't that my community doing that for me? I mean, they find it as a real value to and an expression of appreciation for who those businesses are in our community. And then so they're really trying to work very hard to help connect our businesses, help them with their marketing and promotion, help them get the word out about them. Through our own social media efforts, we go out and do what we call our O'Fallon Life, similar to your campaign, in that we help feature a small business and talk about we show the place, we show the products, and we show the people in that. And I think it's a great service to let people know that we do appreciate those small business owners in our community.
Okay, and you mentioned the Keep It in the O program, and I think we have a graphic here that we can show on the screen here. So if you're watching, you'll see the Keep It in the O graphic. And what that is the communications department here for the city works with your team to go out and highlight businesses and create a video, basically a free commercial that business is able to use on their own social media channels, however they deem to. And the city also promotes it on the city YouTube channel, social media you guys use on your LinkedIn page. Right,
we push it out.
Again, another thing that O'Fallon does that many others do not. So right here on the screen now, you'll see we have ribbon cuttings, another piece that the city promotes. So if you have a business and you are opening or re-grand opening, if you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce and Industries, they organize that, and then we'll come out and film and promote all that.
We work closely with our chamber partners to help promote and really celebrate a new business opening, whether it's a grand opening, a reopening, a new ownership. We're able to go out and we use it as an excuse to say, hey, let's celebrate who you are and your business and what's going on with your business, and give them an opportunity through all our social media channels to help promote that business as it comes into our community.
All right. So that's existing business. And here in a minute, we're going to talk about recruiting new business. But what do you have to say about that before we bring Megan on?
Yeah. it's important, I think, as a community that as we continue to grow, we're finding ways to attract new businesses into our community. Our whole goal is to go out and promote the O'Fallon brand and letting people know we are a great place to be successful as a business. And so Megan joined our team here about a year and a half ago and has done a great job in helping us promote that message to businesses and then work with those businesses and show them the level of attention and support that we can provide them to help them work through the process of making that ultimate location decision and then getting set up and actually successfully open.
All right. Patrick, as always, great to have you here with us.
Yeah,
so
I always enjoy it.
Megan's going to join us. You're going to stay, right?
I will.
All right.
Happy
Sounds
to.
great. So here we'll take a quick commercial break and learn a little bit more about O'Fallon Life. And when we come back, we'll be joined with Patrick and Megan Baucom from Economic Development. Stay tuned.
It's that time of year again for O'Fallon, Missouri's annual Celebration of Lights at Fort Zumwalt Park. Celebrate the holidays and make family memories with twinkling lights and timeless traditions. Get your tickets at OFallonMo.com.
All right, welcome back to O'Fallon Life on Air. We've been joined with Patrick McKeehan from Economic Development, and we're now joined with both Patrick and Megan Baucom. Megan is the business recruitment specialist. We're talking all things business here in O'Fallon. So, Megan, welcome to the show. Thank you for
Tony.
being here.
Thanks for having me.
Explain to the viewers, our listeners, what is a business recruitment specialist and what do you do?
Really, to put it simply, I am out here trying to sell O'Fallon. I want everybody to know about O'Fallon. I want everybody to know how great it is. I want the businesses to know that they want to be here in O'Fallon, that this is the place to be. This is where you want to have your business.
And why is that important to not only your department, to the business community, but as a whole, why is it important to our community?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I want to make sure I'm creating a great environment for people to help improve the quality of life for our residents living here in O'Fallon. And as Patrick mentioned earlier, it's about creating wealth for the city. The more tax dollars we have generated within the city creates better opportunities for their quality of life to live here. The services that we can provide, maybe it's a new park, maybe it's, whatever the city is craving or wanting, it provides those dollars and those monies to go towards that. So as much retail that we can get in the city of O'Fallon to help generate those sales tax dollars is going to help make their quality of life better.
So when you talk about quality of life, you're talking, it's infrastructure improvements, park improvements, new parks per se. We mentioned the turf at Ozzie
recreational
Smith,
services,
all those things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The other thing that probably we don't talk about a lot is the fact that we're out there competing with a whole lot of other cities that are doing the very same thing, right? And when I first joined the department, I felt that we weren't really out telling our story very well. We had kind of coming out of the Great Recession, we had kind of internalized a lot of our communications from an economic development standpoint. And so when we had the opportunity to add a business recruiter to our team, and Megan came on board, it was like we're out there now really competing very strongly with other communities that are doing the same thing and promoting their community. And so that's why we have to have somebody out there at the same time, but the ability to tell a great story about the city of O'Fallon.
And I don't know if I even realize that we are out selling ourselves, right, to bring business in. I think we look at it as, hey, we have, Highway K, Bryan Road, these commercial areas, and if there's a spot open, then a business decides to come here. But you're doing the opposite. You're going out and looking.
Yeah, I'm trying to find those companies that I think I'm trying to find the next best thing that we think O'Fallon needs. I'm looking for where's the hole in O'Fallon? Where are those gaps of retail that we don't have or restaurants that we don't have? Trying to, envision what's the next best thing and what's going to be the next biggest hit. That we want to make sure that O'Fallon's a spot that they want to come to, and that they're, aware that we're here. Getting our data out there. We just redid our demographic sheet, really showing, what our population is. If you ask most people around the area, they don't know that O'Fallon is 95,000 people.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's surprising for us to hear that. But when I'm out and about, nobody realizes that that's how big we are. And we're the biggest city outside of St. Louis.
Right. So 7th largest city in the state.
Yeah.
2nd largest city in the St. Louis area outside of St. Louis City itself.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive that you, and as data, but you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
You know, it's still seen as a small St. Charles County town, but it's really a regional leader in so many things and government work, but business-wise, recruitment-wise as well. So you talk about targeting and filling those gaps. Do you have a certain gap right now you're working towards?
I really think what we're missing, you know, we've got about every fast food chain we can think of, right? There's a few out there that we still don't have that I know, like a Raising Cane's. Everybody wants a Raising Cane's in the city. But the hardest thing with that is finding the franchisees. It's not that I can just say, hey, we've got everything you need here. If there's not a local franchisee that's growing in the area, we've got to really try to recruit and find that person. And that's really hard. Sometimes that's like finding a the needle in the haystack person that can do that. So those types of things and I think a lot of people don't realize the percentage of businesses that are out there and along K, how many of those are a franchise development?
Sure.
You know, probably 95, if I'm guessing here, but I'd grasp to say probably 95% of the businesses that are up and down Highway K are franchise owned.
That are national brands.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you talk about franchise chains. The Kansas City side of the state, Whataburger is a big chain. You know, the suburbs have it, it's in the city.
Right.
It's not yet made it to St. Louis. So what does that look like? Let's just, for example, we want to bring Whataburger to O'Fallon, or what I should say, Whataburger is wanting to come to the eastern part of the state. How do we compete with Wentzville, St. Peter's, and all of those? Like, what does that look like to you?
I think for us, the number one thing to show there is our population that we have. The smaller areas aren't going to be able to accommodate a franchise like that. They want to know that you've got, when they're looking, they'll ask us for a data of a parameter. Say they're looking at a specific site and they want to know how many people live within a 2 and 5 mile radius of that location. That's very important to them. They want to know what is our income rate. What are the people in O'Fallon making? What is the financials? What do the financials look like? Can they afford to go out and spend? Right now, all we're hearing about is people living paycheck to paycheck.
Sure.
Do the people in O'Fallon have the extra money to go out and spend on those extracurricular activities and going out to dinner? Or are they living paycheck to paycheck? And we've really, right now in O'Fallon, we've got a phenomenal financial institution within our community of people living here. Everybody seems to be doing very well financially, as far as the data's showing for our community.
Right.
So that's huge for people that are looking to come in our area. They want to make sure that we've got those extra monies to spend on the extra things.
And how do you reach these companies that are not here yet? And I'll just throw it out there. We have a website. You guys have a website, selectofallon.com. And the city has 6 websites, that being one of them, that is specifically for your group, and it's for business recruitment, right? So tell us more about Select O'Fallon, and if we have any, let's say we might have a listener right now that is looking to move here. So what could they look at that website for and get from it?
They're going to be able to find really anything they want to know about O'Fallon. We're actually been spending a lot of time over the last year upgrading the website and getting all the information up to date and making sure we have everything that's accurate on there. Like I said, we've got all of our new demographics information, whatever they're looking for, as far as population size, housing size, what companies are headquartered here, traffic counts. All of that is really what they're looking for. They're trying to do a site selection is what's within the parameter of that location, and we should have every information that they need to know from there. But honestly, just give me a call.
And that's really the purpose of it, is to give them enough information that they're intrigued or they want to take it to the next level. And at that point, we want to engage with them, and that's why we definitely promote Megan and her contact information on there as a way to say, let's have that conversation, because now then she can begin to assess their particular needs and how we can match up to those needs.
And we have people looking nationally that they
have
no idea where O'Fallon, Missouri sits. You tell them we're in St. Louis. Okay, well, we want to make sure they know exactly where we're at in St. Louis, where we're located. You know, how far does it take to get to the airport? How far away from major interstate activity? Those are all things that I can help really narrow down and give them the full picture of what O'Fallon looks like.
When we talk about the website, that's someplace for them to land on. What are you doing as far as you getting to them? Do you go to other cities and find business? Do you go to expos and meet with companies?
All of the above.
Try to drag them back here. Okay, explain
all
some
of
more
the
of
above. I mean, I focus. You know, there's so many different avenues now of how to reach people and get in front of them. For me, I think the number one way to really make an impact is to get a face-to-face meeting with people, and doing that by traveling. We're members of the ICSC, which is an international association that really gets us in front of all the corporations that are out there that are looking to move into new regions and new areas, whether it's retail, restaurant.
Operators within the marketplace. So whether it's a developer, a retailer, a commercial operation, commercial brokers, they're all involved in this particular organization. And Megan spends a lot of her time communicating with that particular set of individuals, and whether it means going out and meeting them at trade shows, local events, just online communication. That's a key group for us.
So I do a lot of, whether it's email communication, phone call outreach. I've been doing some video outreach just to get in front of people in a different way. Sending them videos of locations that we have around the city so they can just get a better visual of what's there and what's around it. Sending those directly out to companies, corporations. I work actively with all of our local brokers, making sure that I'm developing good relationships with them, and they know that I'm the person to come to when they need somebody. They've got a franchisee that's looking to open in the area, and they're trying to choose between us, St. Peter's, Wentzville, where they want to go, to make sure that they know that I'm the one person that they can come to. And get the answers for them. And I know the market to let them know, hey, this is a great spot. This one's coming open. It's not on the market yet. You don't know about it yet. We know it's going to be changing hands or something's going to be moving here. So just making sure I keep a good relationship with all that's what I was doing this morning. I was out running around, stopping off at a lot of our local brokers and commercial real estate brokers, letting them know. I'm really handing out our new demographic sheet, showing them everything that O'Fallon's about to make sure that's staying in the forefront with them.
So you mentioned that you have space coming available or space available. So you're looking at not just land to be developed, you're looking at empty current retail space. So I'm picturing right now in my head the old Burger King right there at Main and 70, prime location off of Interstate 70. So you're not just waiting for somebody to knock on the door.
No.
You're looking to try to help, the property owner fill their space and also an opportunity to bring a new business to O'Fallon. So what does that look like when you're working with existing? And what are the restrictions?
Well, that's what's hard too. Is a lot of people don't know. Before I started working in economic development, you would always see why has this building been sitting here forever and nobody's in there? Probably. Another big hurdle that we face, whether it's trying to find a new franchisee, but as example, Burger King has some major deed restrictions on that building of who we can actually reach out to. So Burger King owned the building. They no longer own the building, but the new purchasers of it have a deed restriction that they can't put in another burger shop. They can't put in another chicken place. They can't. There's huge restrictions on that building. Really, the only things right now that we're allowed to even market that building to is pizza, Mexican, or coffee. That's really what we're kind of restricted to on that building right now. So that makes it a little complicated.
All good things.
Yeah, what if I'm okay with all of them? Is there a way for you to get all three in one? I mean, I've seen some joint things, but I don't know if I've seen that.
We need a little bit more parking there to get more than one.
Maybe.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell.
Right.
All right. Patrick mentioned earlier trends in the business, that what we see up and down over time. Do you see trends in recruitment? What is the hot thing that every city's trying to get? And if so, what is that right now?
I'd say right now we're between a couple. The new Swig that did just open up in St. Peter's. I've been actively talking with that franchisee, and he is going to open up 6 new locations around the region.
Right.
So I'm recruiting him to get him
So you're saying one in St. Peter's and one in O'Fallon?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a very small footprint. It's
Right.
it's kind of more like a scooter.
Like Dutch Bros. Park,
right.
yeah.
Yep. So it's the dirty soda.
That all the teens
with that
want.
that we're seeing a lot
Right.
about. Yeah. Small sliders is another one that we're seeing. It's a big rave that's growing in the region.
We've had some grocery store activity.
Yeah,
too.
groceries.
Some interest
Absolutely.
from grocery stores. And
Yes.
On the north end of town?
both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan's been working with a couple of different contacts that are representing grocery store interest. And so trying to promote all the opportunities that we have available in our community. As space becomes available, land becomes available, she's been helping gather information on that and getting that out to those brokers. We don't know who their client is. We just know their particular use. And so trying to match that up.
All right.
And too, along lines with the sporting that we had, that's getting more popular and we're seeing more. I kind of look at that too to see, okay, what are some big things that we have that are coming here, and what are some ancillary products that will be good to promote that would do well here, that I can say, hey, we've got this new 160,000 square foot sports facility coming in. We need a sporting goods store somewhere
sporting goods
nearby.
store.
We don't have that.
Or hotel space or restaurant space.
exactly.
And
Athletic
all those things.
shoes, there's all sorts of things that can complement that particular use.
Yeah.
All right. Before I let you out of here, I am just curious. So you mentioned you working with Swig, and they just opened up a location in St. Peter's. So maybe not that one, but tell us what it's like when you're working to get somebody here and the neighboring city lands them first. Do you have a counterpart
it's like a
in
stake
these?
in my heart.
Right. Is there a counterpart in St. Peter's, Wentzville, that you guys are all chasing the same goal and just who can get there first?
I will say yes. It is. I don't know that the other cities have exactly another Megan there working for them.
No one can.
So that's kind of a nice little jewel that the city has done that, and I think it's very unique for the city to actually have a business recruiter.
So are you saying we're more proactive than most?
I would say somebody that is their specific role.
Okay.
They have economic development teams,
Sure.
and everybody's kind of. It's great that O'Fallon has a business recruiter, a retention officer. What's Patty's title? Retention
Specialist.
retention specialist.
Yeah.
That are specific to that, because then the businesses know they've got one person that can help them with each role that they have. And in the other aspect of that, once I bring them in here, it's not just me, ooh, I sold them an O'Fallon and I'm walking away. Now we've got other people on our team that will continue to help you grow and do well in O'Fallon.
I think, too, a city of our size, almost 100,000, and the size of our commercial districts and retail districts, we need an individual who can devote full time to helping grow the businesses and find new businesses for that. So that's really a great advantage that we have, is to be able to dedicate one individual to that particular activity.
Right. So I think, Megan, the answer was like a dagger to the heart.
Yeah, it does hurt. It does hurt.
I can only imagine. So.
It stings for a long time, especially when you think you're so
and
close.
some of these, they can take so long to get something going. And even though what hurts too is I know that people are looking and everybody wants to be on O'Fallon, and we don't have a place for them. I can't find a spot for them. We don't have the right location for them. So that hurts just as bad. Everybody wants to be on Highway K.
They need 5,000 square feet on Highway K, and it's like you just don't have something to meet their particular need.
Again, thank you guys both for joining us today. So is there anything either one of you would like to end with? Whether it's your elevator speech, like if you have that business that's out there, either they're here now and it's a retention speech, or if you got a company that you're just trying to get here. We have millions of listeners on this podcast. So what would you like to say to them?
We both look at each other.
Well,
I think we've had so many accolades lately and not even just lately, but through the years. But since I've started within the last year and a half, I don't know how many times we've been ranked among the best places to live in Missouri. And And that encompasses everything that we have in the environment here. So there's a reason why we keep getting named number one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just give Megan Baucom a call and bring your business here.
I think, as we talked about, and the fact that we have individuals who are dedicated to particular strategies of economic development, to me that says that this community is really focused on growing businesses in our community. But that starts from the top down. Our leadership, our elected officials are really committed to making this the best place to live, as by all our accolades, but also a great place to be successful in your business. And that commitment from the top down really reflects in the resources they put towards economic development and the support they provide to our existing businesses. So you can't go wrong by choosing O'Fallon as your business location.
Well, and Patrick, I think you just said it best. I think it's a great way to end this. It's top down leadership, but also grown from the bottom up from our residents and the business owners here in O'Fallon. So again, thank you guys for being here. We're going to take one more quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with an O'Fallon update about what you can look forward to in the next coming weeks.
The City of O'Fallon has a variety of ways to keep residents in the know. Those offerings are now expanded with the release of our very own O'Fallon Life app, available on Roku, Apple TV, along with Android and Apple devices. With just a few clicks from your remote or taps on the screen, you can enjoy all of O'Fallon TV's video content on your TV, phone, or tablet, even if you don't have cable. When away from home without access to your Apple TV or Roku device, you can still watch our content on your mobile devices. It is also free through the Cablecast app, which is available on both Apple and Android devices. Our partnership with Cablecast has now given us another way for viewers to access news, entertainment, and information from the City of O'Fallon. Try it today and get your O'Fallon content right from the source.
If you're enjoying O'Fallon Life on Air, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date and know what's going on in O'Fallon. Be sure to join us next time on O'Fallon Life on Air as we have a special episode for our veterans as we preview our annual Veterans Day ceremony. Let's dive into what the City of O'Fallon has in store for you, your family, and your friends. City of O'Fallon offices will be closed on Monday, November 3rd for professional development training for city employees. Please note, this closure does not affect the trash recycling collection schedule, and the Renaud Center will be open during normal business hours. Essential functions such as police services, police records division, and municipal court will not be impacted by the closure. Tickets for both the Celebration of Lights drive-thru nights and the 3 old-fashioned holiday stroll nights go on sale Monday, November 3rd. For more information or to buy your tickets, visit www.ofallonmo.gov/col. Join us for our annual Veterans Day ceremony at the Veterans Memorial Walk, located at 800 Bellevue Creek Road, Tuesday, November 11th. This event pays tribute to the men and women who served our great nation in the U.S. Armed Forces. The ceremony begins at 11 a.m. Come and join our Parks and Recreation staff on Friday, November 14th for the final Get Out and Play Day of the year. Lace up your cleats because we're turning Dames Park into a field of dreams for Friday Night Lights from 6 to 8 p.m. We hope to see you at one of these exciting events. And until next time, thank you, O'Fallon.